YouTube, my name is Ambrosia27 and welcome back to my blog. So before I start on the usual blog things that I always do, I want to thank you guys so much for, hanging in there and watching all my videos and liking and, commenting, because this is officially the 10th blog I've put up, and you guys are really giving me energy to keep going. I started this as a way to keep track and to, be responsible for how I'm losing weight, and to use it as a chance for reflection on what I'm doing throughout the week and other aspects and other issues that seem to come up. The fact that you guys are liking and commenting and consistently watching every week lets me know that I'm clearly doing something right, not only for myself, but for, whoever's watching out there. I really hope that what I talk about and what I'm doing inspires you and helps you and really just touches you whenever you see these videos. So thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And now we will go on with the week stuff. I did really well this week. I didn't run as many times as I wanted to. I normally run Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, but unfortunately it was raining on Monday. I'm talking like thunderstorms. It woke me up at like 5:30 and I was like, nope, not going out there. So I didn't go run on Monday. I did run on Wednesday though, and I ran 4.2 miles in just over an hour, which is really good for me. That might be my personal best so far. And my first mile was 12 and a half minutes, which is definitely a personal best. I don't think I've run that fast since middle school. So that feels really, really good. And I've just done really well this week. I didn't keep so much to the non-processed things, but the things that were processed, I made sure they had, really high amounts of dietary fiber, good protein, lower on the fat, and I actually weighed myself this morning and I am back to 219, which is super good. Oh my gosh, I feel so good. So the way I dress is very indicative of how I'm feeling. You guys have seen about 10 different outfits now. This being the newest one, my U.S. Nationals team soccer jersey. I bought it at a women's national game that my mom and I went to a year ago. And I had to buy the men's size because the women's size was specifically for strictly curvy women. And even this thing is pretty tight on me, but I wear it anyways because I happen to like this shirt, because I happen to like U.S. Soccer teams. Some people might ask, why would you put yourself in clothing that doesn't look good on you, that you shouldn't wear? Because as we all know, fat people shouldn't wear tight clothes. You should only wear clothes that accentuate your body correctly, and by that I mean that hides your fat. So I kind of got to wondering, at what point am I allowed to be confident in my body? At what point in time am I allowed to say, I feel good, I'm gonna wear whatever the heck I want to wear? I'm gonna put on that tight dress that I was saving because I didn't feel comfortable in it, but now that I feel comfortable, I'm gonna go wear it. Why? I kind of started wondering, why do we put so much trust and so much faith in other people's words? Especially when we live in a society that seems to think that, if we have opinions, they should be heard. Which isn't always a bad thing. But especially in the internet culture, we seem to think that if we have a keyboard and we have a space, we ought to talk, even if it's not a nice thing to say, even if it's definitely going to hurt somebody or do further damage to whatever they're suffering. We ought to say something because it's my right to exercise, my voice in this space. In anticipation for having lost enough weight to the point where I feel comfortable again, I bought a bikini. And this isn't the first time I've worn a bikini as a fat woman. I had another bikini that I still have. I bought it about 2 years ago. And I remember wearing it to the beach with a couple of my friends, and these girls lying on their towels about 20 feet away from us, probably less, were like, oh my god, oh my god, and they were clearly staring over at me and my fatness lying on a towel. And it just was I think that's lame to begin with. I mean, I don't understand why you'd want to put another girl down for feeling confident, especially when everybody already does enough of that. But it's what business is that of yours that I'm putting myself in this outfit? That I am feeling good enough about my body to wear something that's revealing of it? That I am feeling good enough about myself and that I'm in touch with loving myself, that I can just basically wear whatever I want? Like, why is that a bad thing? I've never really understood that. I think it's really, really important to love yourself. And I can't remember where I read this, where it was a video of some sort, but they were talking about, you can go on and on for days about what you love. Oh, I love anime, I love menudo, I love country music, I love Japanese pop music, I love Starbucks, I love jeans, I love flats. But at what point do you say that you love yourself? And that really resonated with me because I hadn't been actively thinking about how much I love myself. And I do love myself. Even if I don't like how my hair looks that day, or I don't like how my makeup turned out, or I don't like how my stomach looks that day or my thighs, I love my body. Because this is the only body I have. I don't get to magically transfer my consciousness onto another being or into another sphere in order to live out that life. This is the only thing I have. But this is what I have right now. This is what I'm living in. And I think it's extremely important to love my body, to love myself in my entirety. Because nobody else is going to be able to do that for me. It's really awesome, when you get into a relationship or when you find a really good friend who can be that bolstering support for you and love you and add to that. But you also need to love yourself. And it's such an incredible thing to do. It's incredibly difficult because a lot of us have been trained from the beginning, men and women, to just not be satisfied. That there's nothing about us that can ever be good enough, that something always has to be wrong because you have to be striving for something. And I don't think that applies to our bodies. I don't think that applies to ourselves. If you can learn to think outside of that and to love yourself anyways, beyond, in spite of whatever everybody else is telling you is wrong, you've just gained that much more power over yourself and over your happiness. It's not to say that I don't ever follow fashion trends, because I have certain dresses that I wear a girdle with, which is like shapewear, because I want to, because I want to see that magazine shape, because I think it looks nice. But then there's other days where I just decide, no, I like my shape today. I'm gonna just be myself. I'm gonna be all myself. And anybody who doesn't like that can go away. It took me a long time to finally stop caring about what people thought about my body. But I feel so much happier for having done that. And I don't think that there's any point in time where you're allowed to be happy and confident in your body. I think that's really silly. I know people want to think that once you reach your goal of being skinny and being fit, that you're allowed to be happy again. But I don't think that happiness is that set in stone. And if it comes along during the process, that's great. And you should embrace that, and you should do everything in your power to express that. Because those positive feelings are super duper awesome, and not everybody can feel like that. And if people are getting down on you for expressing yourself and being happy in what you're doing, it's probably because they don't have the power yet to get there. And that's something for them to deal with and not something for you to have to worry about. I think that wherever you are in life, at whatever age, whatever stage, it's really important to learn to love yourself. And to learn that being happy and confident in your body and in yourself at any point in time is fine. That there's no shame in embracing yourself. There's this weird thing going on about plus size women who love themselves encouraging obesity, and I think that's really silly. I don't think that loving yourself encourages anything else but loving yourself. I think all this says is that you're allowed to be happy with yourself even if you are a work in progress. There's no definitive marker of when happiness can come. There's no goal you have to reach. There's no weird, I don't know, state of being that you have to be in order to be happy. You just have to be happy. If it goes from day to day where you're happy one day and you're not, that's cool too. But don't ever feel like you can't be happy, that you can't be confident because somebody else isn't happy with that. So, now that we are coming to the end of our video, I have some pretty exciting news. I'm guessing probably about midweek I will have another video up for you guys, and it'll be one of my recipe videos. I'm hoping to start switching off between my Graze box and my recipe videos every week, so that I can bring you guys a little bit more content, be a little bit more involved with this channel. And I'm actually talking to a couple of friends who I'm thinking about starting a second channel with, just for some more fun, lighthearted things. You know, we'll be doing some internet challenges. I think we're trying to shoot some like parody music video covers kind of things. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm not entirely sure when that'll be up and running, but you know, we're in the process of getting there. So that'll be more things for you guys to see if you'd like. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you're being kind to yourselves. I hope that if you are having a good week, that you embrace that and you feel safe in being able to be happy about it. And if there are people in your lives who are just being meanie heads, just tell them, no, this is my happy space, go away. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!